Do you ever feel like you just can't put your phone down? Like you constantly need to check for what's new, even if it just stresses you out? You're not alone. In a world overflowing with constant input, we often find ourselves trapped in a cycle that feels like an addiction. I'm Emma from Finally Relax, and today we're uncovering an uncomfortable truth. Your brain is addicted to likes. But don't worry, I'll show you how to break this cycle and reclaim your mental freedom. Let's start with the psychological basis. Point 1. Your reward system and dopamine. Imagine your brain as a complex chemical laboratory. One of the most powerful substances there is dopamine. It's not just the happiness hormone, but primarily the motivation and reward hormone. When you do something your brain deems worthwhile, be it eating, learning, or social interaction, it releases dopamine. This gives you a good feeling and motivates you to repeat that action. This is why we've evolved at all. But here's the catch. Social media is masterful at hijacking this system. Every like, every comment, every new notification is a small dopamine rush. Your brain quickly learns, checking phone equals good feeling. This leads us to point 2, the biology of social media addiction. Your brain is evolutionarily designed to love uncertainty when it potentially promises a reward. Think of hunting in the Stone Age. You never knew exactly when you'd find prey, but the prospect of reward kept motivation high. This principle is called variable reinforcement, and that's exactly what social media exploits. You never know when the next like will come, when the next exciting message awaits you. This creates a kind of tension and expectation that releases even more dopamine than a guaranteed reward. It's like a slot machine. You never know when you'll hit the jackpot, but the possibility alone keeps us pushing the button. Your brain is trained to constantly seek that next hit. Now, let's talk about point 3, the vicious cycle of dopamine overload. When your brain is constantly flooded with dopamine, something paradoxical happens. It becomes less sensitive to it. Imagine listening to loud music all day. Eventually, you barely notice it. It's the same with dopamine. To get the same feeling of reward, you need more and more stimulus. That's why you might notice that a few likes aren't enough anymore. You need more validation, more scrolling, more input, just to reach the same level of satisfaction you used to get from less. This leads to a kind of desensitization and the feeling of constantly needing to be online without truly feeling fulfilled. This has far-reaching consequences, as we see in point 4, the impact on your mental health. A constantly overstimulated dopamine system can lead to a range of problems. You might feel more restless, experience difficulty concentrating, and lose your ability to find joy in normal, less intense activities. Things that used to be satisfying, like reading a good book, having a conversation with friends, or simply enjoying nature, suddenly seem boring because they don't provide the same dopamine kick. This can lead to feelings of emptiness, anxiety, and even depression. It's an insidious process that erodes our inner peace. But there is a way out. This brings us to point 5, the dopamine detox. What is it? A dopamine detox is not a complete abstinence from everything that brings you joy. Instead, it's a conscious break from excessive stimulation, especially from digital stimuli that overload your dopamine system. It's about giving your brain a chance to recover and restore its sensitivity to natural rewards. It's like a reset button for your reward system. The goal is to derive more satisfaction from less intense but more sustainable sources. Let's move on to the practical steps in point 6, practical strategies for your detox. First, set clear boundaries. Set specific times when your phone is off limits. For example, the first hour after waking up and the last hour before going to sleep. Second, turn off notifications. Those constant pings are the biggest dopamine triggers. Third, replace digital habits with analog ones. Read a book, go for a walk, paint, or consciously spend time with people in real life. Fourth, embrace boredom. Yes, you heard that right. Boredom forces your brain to get creative and find new ways to occupy itself that don't rely on instant gratification. And what can you expect? Point 7. The long-term benefits. A dopamine detox isn't a one-time event. It's a practice that leads to greater mindfulness in dealing with digital devices. You'll notice your concentration improving. You'll find more joy in simple things. Your sleep quality will improve, and you'll generally feel more balanced and less driven. It's a process that helps you regain control over your attention and well-being. Imagine how liberating it is to no longer constantly reach for your phone just to get a small dopamine kick. Today, we've taken a deep dive into how your brain works and the mechanisms of digital addiction. It's important to understand that it's not your fault you feel this way. Social media is deliberately designed to captivate us. But you have the power to break this cycle. A dopamine detox is a powerful tool to reclaim your attention and find more joy in the here and now. I'm curious, which of these points resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you're ready to bring more clarity and calm into your life, then subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Until then, remember, you have the power to finally relax.